Today's gonna be story time for vlog number 5, story time. Today I'm gonna be telling you about my dream job as a kid. I know we've all had them. I know that everybody was a kid once, hopefully, and if you were watching through some sort of necromancy, well, I'm sorry, but what was your dream job as a kid? You know, it's kind of like one of those questions that you get, you know, when you first meet a group of people. Like if you were going to some sort of Gamers Anonymous meeting because you're addicted to World of Warcraft or something, you would ask each other, right? Hey, Bob, that's your name, right? What was your dream job when you were a kid? Because obviously you're not doing it now, but what was your dream job, Bob? I grew up with icons. So did you. But you know, many of them are now kind of old and, well, hideous, but they're still icons and legends nonetheless. So I'll say this, one of my favorites, like many actually growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, was actually the man himself, the Birdman, Tony Hawk. Man, if you don't know who Tony Hawk is, that is just already a little bit fiddly widdly. How? Have you been living in a bunker? Are you hiding under actual rocks for the last 40 years? Tony Hawk, the Birdman, the guy who pulls 900s out of his freaking pocket like it's a credit card. He just swipe it away. The guy who just revolutionized, maybe even just popularized skateboarding and made it more than just a cult status. You know, crazy sensational. I put him right up there with Michael Jordan and some of the most legendary athlete categories ever, right? Tony the freaking Hawk, man. The Hawkman. He was so amazing. I remember having his little VHS tapes that were like, VHS tapes are like this big, right? I don't even remember. And you kind of like put them in the thingy and then the thingy eats all the tape on it and then you're pissed and you throw the VHS tape player out the window and it hits a grandma or something. But Tony Hawk, so freaking awesome. He spawned VHS tapes full of his tricks and his demos and all the things that he's done, right? But he also spawned merchandising. He spawned brands. He became like one of the most recognizable brand people ever. And one of the things that he especially started and has been a crazy success even to this day, he was the guy that started his brand of video games. The Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. Oh my gosh, we talking crazy legendary status right there. Some of the best games early on of all time. At least among the most iconic. Yeah, is it a Zelda? No, heck no. But is it fun? Ha ha ha. Salivate. Tony Hawk games growing up for me were so ginormous into my childhood. They meant so much. And I remember playing the absolute freaking crap out of those games. I mean, golly, did I put some high scores on that business. Oh man, that was good times. Especially when you got to the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 and 3 and Underground 1 and 2 and even American freaking Wasteland. It was all beautiful. All the video games aside, I wanted to be this man. As a kid, I wanted to do this. So I told my mom, I said, hey, mama, I need a skatey board. She said, what's a skatey board? And I said, the thing that you sit on and you roll down a ramp. And she said, okay, let me get you one of those city boards. And so I got one of those things. And I remember going to my first skate park. I had never even ridden a freaking board before. We lived not close to, but sort of close to a mall. And this mall had a skate park in it. That, you don't see that hardly ever anymore. Probably because of liabilities, but still. I remembered they had the big freaking half pipes. I remembered they had all the little kiddie ramps. I remember everything. I remember even the foam pits that somebody peed in that week. What was the coolest thing ever was getting on one of those like kind of medium-sized ramps as a skater who's never skated before. I didn't even know what this thing was. I just knew the dude was flying in the air and I wanted to be him because he was Superman to me. He was my Superman before Superman was my Superman. And before, well, All of the actual good heroes were then. I remember looking at my skateboard and I said, have fun. And I threw it down the ramp. And I'm surprised that no poor other kid or adult skating by didn't just freaking crank that board. Just trip right over and do 30 cartwheels into a 10-point handstand. But no, nobody died that day. Not that day. You're probably wondering what I did at the top of a ramp right after I chucked the skateboard down it, because that kind of counterproductive. Well, I did what any sensible kid would do. I decided to dive down the ramp. And to my surprise, that hurt. It was fun as heck. And so I proceeded for the next 5 hours to just go up the ramps, throw the skateboard down the ramps, try not to kill anybody, and roll my way down the ramp on my butt, my back, my head, anything I could do. I even baseball slid at one time. I could tell you that was a great day. Now, fast forward a little bit, I actually tried to ride this skateboard, not at the skate park. I tried to learn how to skateboard when I was a little bit older. I practiced on concrete. Boy, that lasted long. I remember pushing off one time. Push off is when you have 1 foot on the board, 1 foot on the ground, and you are, well, pushing off. You're just, it's as it sounds. And I remember doing that, slipping, and falling off my board, tumbling. You would have thought I was a gymnast, but without the tight pants. Oh, this sucks. Why did I want to do this crap? So I tried to learn an ollie. I tried really hard, guys. I'm not even joking. I tried really freaking hard. I even tried going off ramps. That was a smart idea. I tried going off custom-made ramps. That was an even better idea. Because as a kid, you have totally no conceptual idea how engineering works. You just put stuff there, and you just expect it to work. And it didn't. After I finally threw in the towel, I said, you know what, I'm done. I don't need this skateboarding stuff. And then my friend showed me a video. He said, hey, you gotta look at this. This is the coolest thing. I was like, all right, let's check it out. He showed me a video. This is in high school by this point. He showed me a video of these BMX guys. These professional bike riding dudes that they're like grown men, 3 times the size of this little tiny toy looking bike. And they were doing crazy tricks. And they had no ramps. I mean, these people were climbing on the peg, getting past the handlebars and flipping the whole bike around, doing ballerina stuff. And I just was like, wow, that's incredible. I could do that too. Because I had completely forgotten about my skateboarding experience. So, of course, first thing we do, ask mom, hey, mom, can I get the BMX thing? And she said, what BMX thing? I said, the bike. Can I get a bike? And she's like, well, you have a bike. That doesn't have pegs. And she's like, the heck do you need the pegs for? And I told her, well, I wanted, mom, just please. And she finally said, okay, fine, we'll go to Walmart. Ended up getting the bike. My friend got one too. We decided to try to learn these tricks that they were doing in the video. Crazy stuff. We started off small though. We started just riding our bikes, in a straight line, just having 2 legs on one side, riding on the side of the bike on the pegs. That was easy enough, no big deal. We progressively increased our difficulty. We didn't go to ramps, thankfully. That was probably the most intelligent IQ play we could have had for 50 IQ teenagers. We thought about it. We just resisted. In the moment, we resisted. Oh, I'm so proud of it. As we advanced our skill set a little bit, just at least the comfortability, I remember doing some very stupid things that on hindsight, I think I am lucky I did not die. One of those things, of course, was trying to be Superman or a clown. I don't know which one anymore. And that moment where you get on top of the bike and you're standing on the seat. You kind of inch your way up, your feet kind of crawl up the bike, and going kind of slow-ish, but you gotta go fast enough to keep yourself straight. Getting my feet kind of on the seat, and then just holding the handlebars like a lawnmower, and just being very careful and scared. I remember doing that. I never built up the courage to let go of the handlebars, thank God. But as I was thinking about this situation, I realized something. Man, I could have lost my face very easily. Remove those hands. As a kid, I thought it was possible. I almost did it. If I were to remove those hands, my face would not be on my body. I would have a mask right now. And not a COVID mask. I would have like a full, like, you can't see me, scary ghost face Halloween kind of mask. What we proceeded to do, though, because we wanted to finish out the tricks that we saw in the video, so what we did is we tried the trick where you basically stand on the side of the bars, the side pegs, and then you kind of wrap your foot around the front of the bike. So you're like facing the seat of the bike as it's going behind you, kind of giving the bike the look around, like, wow, I've never noticed how pretty this bike is. Wait a minute, is that where my butt's supposed to be? Yeah, yes it is. What the heck am I doing on the front of the handlebars? What am I doing? And I remember trying to do this trick. I managed to get around to be on the pegs of the front, and then I remembered the next step of the trick, and to my horror, I realized, oh, how am I gonna do that? The next step of the trick was to grab the seat and somehow keep momentum going. So in order to do that, I had to take my foot, which you can't see. I had to take my foot and I had to roll the wheel with my foot while grabbing the seat. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to fling it around and somehow get your leg over in time to catch yourself. And I know there are some BMX people right now watching this video thinking, but Peter, that's the easiest trick of all. And I'll be like, screw you. No, it wasn't. I remember doing this and I got to the point where I felt like I was so close. And then all of a sudden, wham, the peg, I don't know which one it was at this point, dug into my knee, scraped me down, bleeding and screaming bloody murder. Probably woke up every neighbor in a 40-mile radius saying to myself, I'm gonna stick to video games. Because it's so much easier to pretend that I'm good by playing a video game than to risk life and limb trying to be an actual legend. Sounds so bad. Tony Hawk may look like he got attacked by a ragged mop, but he's still a legend and a freaking awesome guy to boot. So if I ever got to meet him, man, I would probably sell my left kidney. And if kidneys aren't supposed to be on the right, then I'd sell that one too. That's it. That's the story. Hope you enjoyed it. If you feel like supporting the channel and have an extra second, please do hit the subscribe button and the bell for the ding notifications so you know when I go live. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I stream Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Link will be in the description below. And otherwise, love your faces. Have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever. Peace.